Hey everyone, Paul back here with another video for you. Have you ever wanted an easy way to implement arpeggios into your improvisation? We're going to look at that today, so let's get to it. So many times when we improvise over a piece of music, what a lot of us do and have done is just use one or two scale shapes. And we never even really think about implementing arpeggios enough into our playing to make it a little bit more interesting. We might experiment a little bit with it, but we don't go very far down that path. So what I'm going to cover today is some basic triads that you can work into your improvisation in what I think is a pretty easy fashion. So we're going to start on the third string by building a major scale. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to the 5th fret on the 3rd string, and I'm going to play a major scale all the way up until I get to the octave. So starting on the C, I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4. The 3rd and 4th tones in a major scale are always a half step apart. 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 and 8 are always a half step apart. All the other tones in a major scale are a whole step, which on the guitar is 2 frets. So one more time I'll play it. So what I'm going to do is put a triad on each one of those scale tones. Okay? We're going to start on the C, and always in a major key. The first chord is a major triad. So I'm going to put the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. Now what's really important that you notice here is simply the shape that I'm using. 5th fret, 5th fret, and 3rd fret. That's going to be our major shape. Okay, so that's on scale tone 1. On scale tone 2, I'm going to play a minor triad. And it's going to look like this. 7th fret, 6th fret, and 5th fret. So here's what it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to go up to scale tone 3, and that's also a minor triad. So you play the same shape that you just played. Now that we're going to scale tone 4, you go up a half step, and you play the major shape again. We're going to go up a whole step and play another major triad. We're going to go up another whole step and play the minor shape. We're going to go up another whole step. We're going to play a diminished triad, but that's basically like taking a minor triad and flatting the 5th. So it sounds like this. And then we go up our half step between the 7th and 8th tone. And we're right back to our major. Okay, so let me play all those one more time for you. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major. So if you don't know your triads real well as far as what order they occur in a major scale, that will be something you'll definitely want to check out and make sure you know. But it always goes in a major key. It goes major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. So on the first chord here, we had a major, and the second we had minor, and third we had minor. That's cool to learn these as chords because they're very useful, right? However, let's look at another alternative way to learn this more like a phrase. So I'm going to start on this major triad down here and play up the triad. Then I'm going to go up and play down my minor triad. I'm going to go up to the next scale tone and play up that triad, and go up to the next triad and play down that one, and so on and so forth. Okay, let me do that one more time. So up, down, up, down. So the cool thing about that is it puts it into one complete phrase where you can then memorize it a little bit easier, but you're also not playing them as chords. You're now playing them as arpeggios. So it's a good practice to get in. And you can mix it up. You can do things like play this major, and then skip up to chord 3. Then skip back down to chord 2, skip up to chord 4. So I'll speed that up a little bit. And so on and so forth. So there's tons of ways you can start to get these under your fingers, because ultimately the goal is to use it in an improvisational setting, of course. So what can I make here out of a couple of these arpeggios? Let's see, something like, okay, so right there I used this D minor and I used this F major. And just kind of tied them together with a couple of passing tones in the scale. So right away I'm not playing something that's too scalar sounding. I'm playing something where I've implemented a couple of arpeggios and it sounds much more interesting to the ear. So make sure you practice these, tie them together, and you can start to experiment by moving it to different keys. And if you have any questions, make sure you let me know. We will cover other arpeggios later, but for now, have fun working on these and putting them into your playing. We'll see you next time.